ערב שבת קודש, פרשת יתרו, תשפ"ג. שיעורים for ספר שמות are donated לרפואה שלמה to Mrs. בריינדל בת רלה. מי שברך אבותינו אברהם יצחק ויעקב משה אהרון דוד ושלמה, שרה רבקה רחל ולאה. הוא יברך וירפא את בריינדל בת רלה, בעבור שאנו לומדים לרפואתה. ישחזה הקדוש ברוך הוא מלא רחמים עליה, להחלימה ולחזיקה ולחיותה ולרפאותה. נשלח לה מהרה רפואה שלמה מן השמיים לכל איבריה ולכל גידיה בתוך שאר חולי ישראל, רפואת הנפש ורפואת הגוף. השתה בגלה בזמן קריב ונאמר אמן. אל נא רפא נא לה, אל נא רפא נא לה, אל נא רפא נא לה. The shiur today, Parashat Yitro, was donated by an anonymous. Chazak Baruch for this anonymous, HaKadosh Baruch Hu will fulfill all his wishes letovah. This week's Parashat Yitro, Rashi says that while Omer Kohen Midian had 7 names. One of them is Yitro. Why is called Yitro? Says Rashi, על שם שיתר פרשה אחת בתורה. Because of him, there is a parasha in the Torah. What is it? אתה תחזה. And the pasuk says that Yitro said to Moshe, he says to him in the beginning, ויאמר חותן משה אליו, לא טוב הדבר אשר אתה עושה. It's not good what you are doing, that you are the only judge that judges the nation. And then he gives him an advice, אתה תחזה מכל העם, חיל ירא אלוקים, אנשי אמת, שונאי בצע, etc. So since because of Yitro, this piece, the Tatechazeh, was added to the Torah, therefore it is called Yitro. But the Mefarshim asked, Yitro started to speak with Moshe on Pasuk Yud Zayin. ויאמר חותן משה אליו, לא טוב הדבר אשר אתה עושה. This is what Yitro, this words Yitro started. So why the Rashi jumped on Pasuk Yudchet, Yutet, Kaf, and he came to Pasuk Kaf Aleph, ואתה תחזה מכל העם אנשי חיל. Explained Rabbi Shapira Milublin, and also it's being brought in the name of the Imrei Emet. And he said that the beginning is negative. לא טוב, היות לא טוב הדבר אשר אתה עושה. Means to start a parasha with negative, from this you don't build anything. From positive things you can build. And therefore, this what Yitro, therefore Rashi brings what parasha Yitro added, Parashat ve'ata techazeh. But today I want to go into a different explanation about the parasha. In Parashat Yitro, we have 2 main issues, 2 main subjects. One is that Yitro came to convert, and he spoke with Moshe, what he told him, all his advisors. And the second thing is Parashat Aseret HaDibrot. Parashat Aseret HaDibrot is one of the main things that Am Yisrael have. And in the beginning, the Gemara says that Chazal wanted to establish to say every day Aseret HaDibrot. But because of side reasons, because of the Tzedukim, that they will not say that only Aseret HaDibrot, this is the Torah and the rest is not needed, therefore, we don't say it every day. But this is one of the essential things that we have. So shouldn't the parasha be called Parashat Aseret HaDibrot instead of to call the parasha Parashat Yitro? And because of a reason that we don't know at this moment, the Torah decided to call the parasha Parashat Yitro. But why to start with Yitro? The parasha could have started with Aseret HaDibrot, which is more important, and then to tell me the story about Yitro. Why the Torah previous, the story with Yitro, before Parashat Aseret HaDibrot? In order to explain it, we have to in order to answer these two questions, we have to explain before why Yitro came. The pasuk starts, "Vayishma Yitro Kohen Midyan Choten Moshe et kol asher asa Elokim leMoshe uLYisrael ki hotzi Amonai et Yisrael miMitzrayim." Rashi says, what did he hear? Says Rashi, Kriat Yamsuf u'milchemet Amalek. This what Yitro heard. But the pasuk says that it's written already in the pasuk. Kol asher asa Elokim leMoshe v'chi hotzi Hashem et Yisrael miMitzrayim. So why Rashi says, Ma shmu'a shama uba, kriat yamsuf u'milchemet Amalek? To answer this, Yitro, only he heard kriat yamsuf. The pasuk says, in Shirat Hayam, shamu armim yirgazun, chil achaz yoshvei plashet. All the nations heard about it. But there is a big difference between them and Yitro. And this is what brought Yitro to come. Yitro couldn't understand. These nations, all the nations, they heard about Kriyat Yamsuf. Amalek also heard about Kriyat Yamsuf. Because the pasuk says in Parashat Beshalach, Vayibak'u hamayim, says the Midrash, all the water in all the world split when Kriyat Yamsuf happened. Even a person who was holding a cup and wanted to drink the water split. So this everyone heard about it. So Yitro couldn't understand how come all the nations are not coming to convert. And he couldn't understand even more how come Amalek dared to fight with Am Yisrael. Therefore Yitro said to himself, I cannot be a part of these nations. And therefore Yitro came. This is what Rashi says, Ma shmu'a shama uba. What did he hear? And he came. But still we have the two questions. Why the parasha is called Yitro and not called as Parashat Aseret HaDibrot, and why the parasha previous, the story of Yitro before Aseret HaDibrot. In order to answer it, I will explain it with a story. There was once a king that he was looking for a Mishneh Lemelech, a person that he will be near the king and he will fulfill all what the king says to do. In order to find in the country a person that will fit, he went to an artist and he told him, I want you to make for me 2 pesalim that will be the same, but you should do one change between the two. And I will tell you what will be the change. The person, the expert, he did what the king wanted, and he made the one difference between the 2 pesalim. And then he invited people that thought that they will fit to do it, to be Mishneh Lemelech with the king. And he told them to have in front of you 2 pesalim, a structure of a person, of a man. One change between the two. The one that will find the change between the 2 pesalim and will explain me what is the idea behind the change, he will become the Mishneh Lemelech. A lot of people came, they looked on the hair, the same thing. They looked on the eyes, the same. They looked on the ears, they are looking the same. They look on the fingers, on the stomach, on the feet, then on the fingers, everything the same. A lot of people came. Nobody found any change. And people stopped coming. Again, the king announced that he invites people to come to find the change. At the end, a Jew decided that could be he will fit to be the Mishneh Lemelech, and he came, and other people also came with him, and he was looking what the people are looking on the 2 pesalim, what they are looking for. He looked, he saw, and then he said to himself, there is one thing, several things that they didn't check, and let me check them. So he went home, and he brought with him a ruler, and he brought with him also a wire made of iron, a thin wire. And he said, there is several things that they didn't check. He said to himself, I see the eyes the same, everything looks the same, and let me see the holes of the nose. He took the wire, the iron wire, he put it in the first hole of the in the two holes of the nose, it was 0.5 centimeter. We went to the other person, we put it in, the same 0.5 centimeter. Okay? Then he said, let me see what's going on in the ears. We went to the first person, we put the wire in, the wire went 1 centimeter. The other ear, 1 centimeter. Then he went to the other person. He put the wire, and the wire goes in. And in, he pushed more and more and more, till he heard that the wire already touches the feet. He touched the foot. Immediately, he came to the king, and he said, King, I found the difference between the two persons. The wire went into the ear, and the other person didn't go. Said the king to him, you are right. You find the difference between the two. But now you have to explain me. What's the idea behind it? Said to him the Jewish person, he said to him, I assume, I believe that the king didn't look for a Mishnah Melech that only will hear what the king is saying. The king was looking for a person that not only the ear will hear, the whole body will hear, and the feet will hear. And when he will hear what the king says to do, immediately the foot will start to walk and to fulfill what the king wants. Said to him the king, you are right, and he got the job. Now let's go back to what the questions that we asked in the beginning. We asked, only Yitro heard. All the nations heard about Kiryat Yamsuf. The answer is true. Everyone heard. But when everyone heard, it remained in their ear. Yitro is different. Yitro is different than all the nations. All the nations heard, and they didn't do anything. They didn't move from their place. Yitro was different. When Yitro heard, immediately he moved. Not only his ears heard, all his body heard. And what he heard went so deep in the body till the feet. And he started to move. And he started to go towards Am Yisrael. This is what Rashi is saying. Mashmu'a Shama, this is not the main thing. And Mashmu'a Shama Uba. Why did he hear? And he came. This is the main thing. And this is the difference between Yitro and all the nations. Therefore, Yitro had the merit that the parasha will be called on his name to show that what was the personality of Yitro, that even though he was Kohen Midian, nevertheless, and he believed in other gods. Nevertheless, Kriyat Yamsuf, Milchemet Amalek, when he heard it, he moved towards Am Yisrael. Why the parasha or the story of Yitro was brought first before Aseret HaDibrot? Aseret HaDibrot is so important. The parasha should have started with Aseret HaDibrot. So why the parasha start with the story of Yitro, that he heard about Kriyat Yamsuf and he came? Why it's so important for us? We learn from here. The Torah wanted to prepare Am Yisrael to in order to prepare us to Matan Torah. The Torah wrote in the beginning the story of Yitro. Why? Because Yitro is teaching how to hear. What's the meaning of hearing? Hearing means the whole body hears, and it brings you to act, to make an action, to accept upon yourself things, what to do. This is an introduction to Aseret HaDibrot, because what Am Yisrael did when they came to Ma'amad Har Sinai, what did they do there? They were just standing and listening and hearing. Borei Olam wanted to teach Am Yisrael, to teach us to hear Aseret HaDibrot is not just to hear them, and then you go back to your tent or go back home. And I learned from Yitro what's the meaning of hearing. To hear means to move, to accept, to do. And this is Aseret HaDibrot. To hear, to move, and to do. Therefore, Yitro had the zechut that the parasha is being called on his name, and therefore the parasha starts with the story of Yitro in order to teach us what's the way to hear the mitzvot of the Torah. We want to wish everyone a Birkat Shabbat Shalom, and in Yitro Hashem, we hope to meet next week. Shabbat Shalom.